Hey, friends. So the other day, I was talking to a group of my business besties, and my friend Beth said, if I was just more disciplined, I'd be able to be organized and more productive. Y'all, I almost spit my tea out across the room because that's like telling somebody who wears glasses that if they just squint harder, they won't need glasses. It's just ridiculous. So, what I want to talk about today is about why discipline is actually not the answer and systems are the real secret to staying sane. So, here's what I kind of feel is the problem. Um, the common myth is that if I'm more disciplined, I will get more time. But that's like the exact opposite because that is not power thinking, right? So we want to switch that over to, as my friend Danny says, we want it to be a power thought. Because when you think discipline equals more time, you're creating a guilt spiral. Like every time you choose something for your kids or your family over a marketing plan, you think, oh, it's because I'm not disciplined. That's BS. This kind of thinking feels burnout. In you know, you can't just power through all of this. You're making it harder than it needs to be, and it also keeps you from fixing broken systems. And it makes you blame yourself instead of fixing what's not working. So here's the thing. The honest to God truth is that parent entrepreneurs are trying to use productivity systems that were not built for them. Right. Like, I mean, the common productivity systems out there are built for people who have uninterrupted work time. They have predictable schedules and they don't have little people coming at them every 30 seconds going, Mama, I'm hungry. Mama, I'm hungry. Right. So it's impossible because what you're trying to do with your current system is really concentrate and do deep work in these 20-minute bursts in between school pickup, soccer practice, dinner making, homework, all of that. Like, this isn't a discipline problem. This is a design problem. I am almost afraid to admit this, but I've actually almost been an entrepreneur for 20 years. It's been 19 years now, so soon it'll be 20. And I've never looked at like a successful time in my life and thought, "Ooh, wow, I was so disciplined. That gives me all jazzed up." No. I am a firm believer that I had systems in place that were working even when I didn't maybe feel like it. So here's the thing, this is how we can turn those poverty thoughts into power thoughts. The poverty thought is, I need to be more disciplined in my morning. Instead, you want to say something like, what morning routine works even when somebody throws up at 5 a.m.? Like, set yourself up for success. Instead of, oh, I need more discipline to stay off social media, instead ask yourself, how can I design my time and space so the distraction isn't even there? And instead of, I need to be more disciplined with my client boundaries, ask yourself, what systems can hold that boundary for me? Like that is a huge, huge mind shift. So we want to go away from those poverty thoughts and we want to turn it into power thoughts, right? So I have kind of three, I guess we can call it systems or rules or ideas. And y'all know I'm such a pro at naming things that I have found has been helpful for me. And in turn, I think they may be helpful for you. So the first is the good enough content system, meaning on Mondays, I batch all my content. And it's not because I'm disciplined, it's because it saves me time and I need to get the shit done. Right. So I just block that off. It is like I'm consistent because it saves my life. Otherwise, I'd be scrambling around on Friday or a Thursday trying to figure out what the hell I was going to post, and it'd be crap. So, I make myself, I put it into my calendar, which gets down to my second system, which is I am a time blocker. I am a time blocker. I block out my calendar. And so when you take the time to actually block out time on your calendar for those things that are real priorities, then it stops you from like I don't know, slipping into people pleaser mode and saying yes to everybody and everything. Meanwhile, you're forgetting the things that are important to you. So that's my second kind of plan and system that I use. And then the last one is the 2-minute rule. If it takes less than 2 minutes to reply to an email, then I do it now, because otherwise, like, my brain gets stressed and freaked out if I have to look and see, like, oh my God, I have 30 unanswered emails. I can't do that. So if it takes less than 2 minutes, I just do it, get it done, and it's off my plate. I don't know if you all do any of these things, but they're a super big help for me. Um, and I think it's not that you need to be more disciplined as people, like, that's a hard thing to say and do. What we really need is to be laser focused on what our priorities are. We need to create better boundaries. And yes, I preach this like 24/7. I'm a big believer in boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. I actually used to have a podcast that was called Boundaries, Business, and Boobs, or Boobs, yeah, that was it. Boundaries, Business, and Boobs. So, anyway, obviously, boundaries was the beginning of the title. Big, big, big believer in it. And if you actually create the boundaries and you're laser focused on your priorities, then you're able to create systems that like work for you. So, like, for instance, if you're not a morning person, do not set it up so that you're going to get up at 5 a.m. and you're going to work out and you're going to do your, you know, um, deep work then, and you're going to answer emails. Oh, da, 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 da. No, that is setting yourself up for failure, because it's not your best time to work and best time to be a human. So, really create the systems that match your energy and where you are at that particular stage of life, or your particular stage of life. Um, because sometimes you just got to choose a science project, right, y'all? And that doesn't mean you're undisciplined in your work. That's being a good parent, and that's being a good entrepreneur and recognizing your real priorities. So, I'm here to tell you, whether you like it or not, you don't need to be more disciplined. You just need to be strategic, that laser focused strategic approach. You don't need permission to design the systems for your actual life. Like, we need to design the systems that actually work for our life, not the one that we think we have or in our little fantasy world, but the reality life. And work with your natural rhythms and the rhythms of your family. If you have small children at home, then you know what? You need to create your work time around the times that work best for them. Probably not at 5 p.m. when they're hungry and it's the witching hour. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you're creating systems that work with yourself and your family. And then understand that it doesn't need to be perfect. B minuses run the world, y'all. A B minus can run the world. It's good enough, right? And do not follow the advice for productivity and systems from someone who is not at your stage or has not lived through it. Y'all know I have 3 grown children. I've been there and I've done this. Like, I've done this. I've lived this, life, and needing to create the systems and time blocking and prioritize the things that were really important. Did I get it right all the time? Oh, no, 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 no. No. But I got it right often enough that I didn't lose my mind, right? So just do the best you can and ignore advice from people that are expecting perfection, because perfection doesn't exist. We're all human. We're all flawed. So, what I want you to do this week, because I like to end every podcast with like homework or a challenge or something like that. So, I want you to pick one area that you think you're lacking discipline, one area that's really kind of stressing you out in your life, and say, okay, if I designed the system for what my actual life looks like and have it work, even on the worst day when all of your kids are homesick, and maybe your spouse is out of town, and the air conditioner broke in your house, right? So, like, pick the worst case scenario and create a system that's going to work even on those days. It's not that you're broken. It's not that you're not organized. It's not that you're undisciplined. You're human and you are having human problems that parent entrepreneurs have. So let's dive into what can be our superpower and find the systems that are created for you and your life to set you up for success. So let me know what system you're going to create this week. Um, Drop me a comment, send me a DM, however you want to do it. But let me know what one system you created this week. And then tell me how it's helping your life. All right. Bye, y'all.